It never happens. Well, it rarely happens. And it only happens when the client does photography of their own. Only other photographers care what camera or lens you use. Hayward here, welcome to the channel. Do you ever feel pressure to have expensive camera gear to be taken seriously as a photographer? In this video, I'm gonna blow that misconception right out of the water. We're gonna examine 5 ways that your camera and lens matter far less than you might think in creating compelling photography. All right, here we go. Number 1, the end result is all that matters. Your camera and lens are just the tools you use to capture the image. No one thinks about that when they look at the finished image, or they shouldn't be. You want your photography not to create that question in their mind. Viewers are more interested in the story you have to tell, the emotions you create, or your value that you bring as a photographer, if they even think about the technical parts or your equipment at all. You should always focus on improving these aspects of your photography: emotion, storytelling, value. Your equipment is just what you need to get there. No one cares except other photographers. Okay, point number 2. Tech talk does not help your photography. It engages the complete wrong side of your brain. Other photographers may often try and engage with you in tech talk or comparisons. You have now gone down the road to using the wrong side of your brain for artistic creation. Something you may not also have thought of is that early in your career, if you buy the most expensive gear, you may be creating expectations that you can't live up to. What do I mean by that? You're a fair beginner. You've been doing photography for less than a year, and you go buy a $6,000 camera body and a $4,000 lens. You look at that and all of a sudden you think to yourself, I need to be doing some great photography. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself when you're just starting your journey. You tend to try and live up to what you think you should do, what you think you own in terms of equipment. Now, this is kind of aimed at those of you who may have shot photography or done some photography for money or on a job somewhere. Have you ever been on a session and someone comes up to you and starts talking to you about what camera you have, what camera they have, and they're trying to impress you of how much they know about photography? In the old days, we used to call that Uncle Bob, and they used to pop up at weddings quite a bit. Uncle Bob can really be a pain in the old backside. Psst, don't care. All right, point number 3, knowledge is the true power, and you can't buy that. Mastering all the technical aspects of photography is crucial. It doesn't matter what you own or what you want to buy. It's what you can do with it. That's totally a skill that you can build, and only you can build it. You can't buy it. You really can't. Because remember, no one cares what camera I have except other photographers. But what I do care about is if you're enjoying this video, and if you are, could you smash that like button like you're about to take the best photograph that you ever have? Thank you so much. Now, understanding composition, lighting, editing, these are things that you will spend your entire photographic career improving at. And you will, over that time, do and accomplish that improvement on different cameras, different lenses, different software. Those will all change, but the quest for knowledge and improvement will never change, no matter what camera you have, no matter what software you use. No one cares who made this. No one cares who made this or this except other. Point number 4, creativity trumps gear. Creativity is what turns an ordinary scene into an extraordinary photograph. And as you look at masters of photography throughout the years, what they saw and what you may have seen or what a non-photographer may have seen are 2 completely different things. You might see a concrete wall. You might see a building. They see art. Experimenting with different ways to see the ordinary is what will take you from being an ordinary photographer into an exceptional photographer. Okay, point number 5. Spend time listening to your inner photographer. They're in there. Trust me, if you picked up a camera at some point and wanted to do photographer, you have an inner photographer. You have an inner vision. Your photography represents your unique style, your vision, your unique view of the world. It's as unique as a fingerprint, and it is far more captivating than any camera brand or piece of equipment or anything you can buy. It's the secret sauce. You want to develop a signature style. Now, that sounds high and pretentious, but all it really means is that when someone sees your photography, they know you did it. It's not a quality judgment. It's not it's great or it's terrible or it's good or it's bad or whatever. It's unique. That is the most valuable place you can be as a photographer, to be known for the work. Okay, there's 5 ways to combat the fact that no one cares what camera I have. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've gotten something out of it. Until the next video, cheers.